Libra 2025 insights and predictions. Are you ready to change things in your relationship and maybe get a little healthier? Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, good people? Libra, rising and sun signs. Happy New Year, Libra. How you doing? Well, I got plenty of Libra rising clients. I know the Libra rising energy well. Um, we're starting off the year, Mars retrograde in your 11th house. And it will go quickly into Cancer, your private dancer. Really until April, changing things in your career. The South Node is on your ascendant, as it's been the last 18 months, just until January 11th. And that North Node in Aries, there's a lot going on in your 6th and 7th house this year, Libra risings. But that South Node in the beginning of the year, you still got to find that peace within, right? That harmony and peace, that self-love, and really kind of connecting to God consciousness within you, letting go of that like ego and not really knowing really who you are, okay? So we got 3 Mercury retrogrades, March to April, July to August, and November 9th to the 29th. So we're going to start off really a lot of things happening from your 7th house Aries to 6th house Pisces. Okay, Saturn and Neptune are going to leave your 6th house, which may bring some relief in terms of your health. You know, you've had Neptune there for the last 14, 15 years, and there could have been a lot of issues with your digestion, with your lower back, upper buttocks, your kidneys. Well, Neptune and Saturn are going to dance into your 7th house. So that little preview from May-ish, June to about October, November, you're going to see where there could be some confusion or delusion around contracts negotiations. There could be some issues with your husband or your wife's health or someone in a partnership, business, or relationships. And there may be some interesting karma around you in the marketplace, shopping or contracts negotiations, different deals. So just be mindful, Libra rising. And you will have one more eclipse in that 7th house, and that's going to be that end of March, early April. So there could be something very karmic and fated completing this cycle of your I am versus we are, right? The 7th house Aries. So we do have a Venus retrograde. And listen, let me just say this. You will have the North Node in your 6th house, and this could potentially improve things in your work, daily routine, and health. Okay? And that's going to be for 18 months. You may even want to adopt a pet. You may want to get a water feature for your home. You're going to need to drink more water during the day at work. Get some Celtic sea salt. Don't forget the cayenne pepper, Libras. But, this could be getting a pet, becoming more spiritually in tuned and aligned at work. Definitely this could be, maybe it's time you're ready to retire, or maybe you're ready to walk on your destined path, starting a new career. So there's a lot of things that can definitely play out for you guys, Libra rising. But you're going to have the North Node, Mercury, Venus, and Neptune all there in your 6th house in a conjunction around the springtime. So Venus leaving Aries of the 7th and then the 6th, the 6th house is a mild malefic. Venus and Jupiter don't do so well there, but this could bring some relationships at work or, new types of finances, quite literally. Jupiter, right? So about that Mars, it could, now there could start off the year where New Year's Eve you're partying and there could be some arguments with a friends group, a separation from friends, maybe a disagreement starting off the year with your older sibling, okay? That could definitely happen. And then that Mars and Cancer in the 10th house, there could be some changes to your career. That's to April. Then Jupiter comes in to clean up Mars's mess and bring you big time blessings right? In the 10th house of your public image, your reputation, your career. There could be some expansion, some growth, maybe traveling for work, or maybe getting a raise or promotion, Libra risings, quite literally. Jupiter will be leaving your ninth house, which, maybe has brought you some new wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies, continuing education. But then it's going to move into Cancer for a year, late May, early June. So that's something that I find for, having Jupiter and Cancer in the 10th house. This could be where you are feeling more nurturing and caring, more protective, more blessings. There could be an increase in finances, but Jupiter in Cancer, it's more divine knowledge. It's less about the bag, but it is going to bring some sort of expansion and abundance. Just feeling extremely fortunate, the legacy you're leaving at work and your public image, your reputation. Now, we are going to get to the chart soon, but guess what? You are going to have Uranus go from Taurus, the 8th house, to your 9th house. Little preview on a 7-7 portal. And that's setting you up for the next 7 years, 26 to 33, really like up leveling and bringing in serious changes to your wisdom, beliefs, philosophies. Maybe you get a guru. Maybe you're like, oh, I want to learn astrology and study it with BigEAstro. This is where you're going to go on some vacations, trips. Oh, I'm going to Sedona or Scottsdale to do a retreat with BigEAstro. This is Uranus and Gemini in your 9th house. You could publish a book this year. You could go on a vacation that you're like, I'm ready to move to Costa Rica. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna move to Copenhagen. I'm gonna move to Norway. I want to I don't know, go to Egypt and stay for an extended period of time. But Libra risings, when the nodes shift on January 11th, this is where you're going to have the Pisces North node in your 6th house, the Virgo South node in your 12th house. Health is going to be really big for Libra risings, okay? The Pisces North node in the house that's more associated with Virgo, with the daily routine, work, health, and hygiene. There's going to be a little bit of destiny, a little bit of confusion, but this is where you can have your dream diet, your dream job, things like that. The South Node in the 12th house, the dreams are going to be wild. And you need to really spiritually get in tune to the purification and cleansing, right? Pluto's in Aquarius in your 5th house for the next 20 years. So this is where you may tap into your past life lineage, your karma. You're, realizing like, wow, I was some sort of esoteric healer in a past life, But this is where you could literally start selling stuff on Shopify, Etsy, or eBay. So Libra risings, let's get to the chart. Happy New Year, Libra rising, Libra sun. I get it done for you. And this is going to be a good year. A lot of things going on, a lot of changes, and hopefully you definitely can experience something in the marketplace with a new contract or a new marriage partner or new relationship that is very karmic and fated with Saturn and Neptune and the final eclipse in your 7th house. Let's go to the chart. Libra 2025 insights and predictions. BigEAstro. Pew. All right, temperatures rising. Happy New Year. This is right at the start of the new year, 12, right? 12 at midnight. Libras, you're starting off with the Moon-Pluto conjunction. You got the Sun in Capricorn. Oh, actually, you start off with the Moon at the New Year in your fourth house Capricorn. So this is where, you can start off where it does go into Aquarius, like just literally like an hour or two later. But it is starting off for you, Libra risings, right right at the 29th, or actually 27 degrees. So 6 hours. Yeah. So, okay. So Libra, Scorpio, and Sag risings will probably have that moon in Capricorn. Okay. Or at least Libra and Scorpio, maybe Sag. But that Capricorn moon, you could be very focused on your parents starting off the new year, your home, your emotional mindset. Okay, Juno's going to be there for a bit. You got the South Node and Lilith on your ascendant. Okay, very instinctual and spiritual beginning the new year. Now, with this Mars in your 11th house, remember it is retrograde. So it is going to go back into Cancer to April. But there could be the severing, but there could be the, reinitiating things that you were starting over the internet. All right. When you're dealing with this Jupiter from the 9th to the 10th and the Mars from the 11th to the 10th, there's going to be a lot of emphasis on your career, your workplace, public image. You still could write a book this year, Libra risings. That can really be a financial blessing, especially all the way up to June. Okay. But July, remember, when that Uranus comes in, you may go on a sudden, trip this summer and you'll be like, you know what? I've always wanted to go to Bermuda or Jamaica or, whatever. But it's going to be a spiritual awakening. Maybe you're like, oh, wow, I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to Machu Picchu, right? I just had a friend in Peru. But Libra, there still could be, remember the Uranus goes back into Taurus until April of 2026. So it goes back in January, maybe February. The retrogrades from September to February, and it'll be back into Taurus at some point, and towards the end of 2025. But it's in Gemini starting July 7th, giving you a preview of the next 7 years. So, I think you're going to have a positive year, Libra. Obviously, the Chiron is still there. When Saturn and Neptune get there, and you see you're starting off the year with the nodes literally at 0 degrees, this is your last chance to, initiate a new contract, something business-wise, new partnerships. And that eclipse will close that chapter. But, having the Saturn and Neptune leave the 6th house, but then come back, there is going to be that relief, and you'll see how you feel differently. It comes back like, November, December, you're going to see what that's like. And then remember, February 2026, it goes in like 14, 15 years, Neptune, and 2.5 years, Saturn. Remember, Saturn's about 2.5 to 3 years in every sign and house, okay, with retrogrades and everything. But I think having the Mercury retrograde in your 11th house with the Leo from July to August, this is where you can tap into groups and organizations, maybe start a nonprofit. And then we're also going to have, the one from March to April. Venus is March 1st to, I think, April 11th. The Mercury is March, I think, 14th to April 7th or something, okay? So that 3 weeks there from your 7th back to the 6th. So don't be surprised if you want to get a new pet or a dog this year. And I would definitely say you want to increase the self-worth and self-love. Starting off with the Mercury, in the 3rd house, a lot of communications in the local community. And you're going to feel relief with Pluto leaving your 4th house. I think that there could be improvements, hopefully in relationships with your mom. But, there could have been, some sort of karmic ending. And, Pluto has transformed your life and your relationship with your mother and your emotional mind, during this 08 to 24 transit for Libra risings. So now it's time to purify and heal the relationships with your children, with Pluto in your 5th house, your creativity, your hobbies, dating, romance, fun, sex. This is where you can feel really charged to be on these dating apps. Pluto, Aquarius, fifth house. I mean, it's very literal for you, Libra risings. Okay. Venus and Ceres is there. Venus, obviously, at 28 degrees, it's on its way to Pisces. So you're gonna, experience it in Pisces for a minute, and then it will retrograde back from Aries back into Pisces in the spring. Okay? So, I wish you well. I think that Libra risings, there's definitely going to be a lot on your mental and physical health, groups, vacations, education, and public image and career. Okay, remember the 10th house associated with dad? So that Mars there, it could be a lot of emotional or arguments or fights, right? First with groups and friends and the older siblings, and then maybe with dad. So just be mindful with Mars and Leo and then in Cancer. And then it's, and after April, it'll go back into your 11th house. It'll go through Leo quicker though, when it goes back in. But that'll be probably April and May. It'll be there for a bit. So Happy New Year. Libras, definitely hit me up. This is a good time to get the chart reading and even, getting prepared for solar return or secondary progression. All right. You may see that you're vibrating as a Scorpio or a Sag now. Either way, BigEAstrology.com. And I'm just excited for you. Okay. This is going to be a positivo year for Libra. And get your spiritual discipline on and popping. Very important. And your health. More fruits and more veggies, but more self-love. That's the order from Dr. BigEAstrology. Happy New Year, Libra risings and Libra suns. 2025 insights and predictions. BigEAstrology. Pew! All right, Libra, the scales, seeking balance, male and female. So, Libra, definitely focus on your spiritual practice. Reach out to me if you want to take advantage of my Astro Life Transformational Program, only $1,750. Goes back up New Year's Day to 2000. This is a year where you've got to really explore the subconscious. You have an opportunity with the South Node there to really unlearn the programming from childhood and to become the best version of yourself in 2025. All right, Libras. So be mindful that Uranus is going to be powerful. When Jupiter gets to your 10th house in early June, late May, you're going to have a nice year, where you could be changing or getting promotions and raises at work, but changing your reputation, your public image, having some financial blessings in the career. All right, Libra, 2025 insights and predictions. I predict you're going to be all right. Take time for introspection and your spiritual growth. That is going to be the key to a really wonderful and successful 2025 for Libra the scales, Libra rising and Libra sun, insights and predictions. Happy New Year, Libra. BigEAstrology. Peace.